2 days in a row.
Yes. I was thinking about it because I want to shoot so many YouTube videos with you, but I was like, I need to like schedule a time because everyone has their lives going on. I was like, I don't know if we're gonna get to finish filming. I have to get to the film festival, so hopefully we can schedule something soon and do a Bill Burr reaction again.
Definitely do that.
Yeah, but we're here with Louisa Eiler. Everyone say hi. Oh, you know what we should do before we get too much into this is comment so I can pin you right away.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I'm in her beautiful mansion right now. It is amazing here. So gorgeous, and the design is awesome. Definitely, I don't know, you should have a design company or design show like those like people on the HSN network. Is it HSN?
HGTV.
HGTV, yes. And they you could be like the lady, the hot girl who fixes her house herself. I woke up this morning, we were up all night, and I woke up this morning and Louisa was in her bathroom, literally fixing the parts herself. It was awesome. So cool. Where's pin comment? So yeah, so we're just here right now. Any questions you guys have? Did we get any questions on the post that we did? Because I know I posted on Instagram, Louisa. So if you want to read any of those, if any comments.
People were just saying nice things.
Oh, Mike the Mechanic, the film festival I'm going to is in Baltimore. So pretty far.
Let's see. Put it on there. What do you guys want to talk about today? Let us know.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the holidays because everybody is getting ready for the holidays right now. So yeah, and we are just sitting here waiting for food to come. Definitely, I'm going to be at the film festival for a little bit, but I've been hanging out with Louisa, so I might come back here and hang out with Louisa. So just, guys, wish I could give you the exact time frame I'll be in town, but I just don't know. My life is so up in the air. Did we get any cool comments? Or
the comments were that they've been following Lauren for years. Someone made a comment that they also have a high IQ, which is cool. They like smart people. We like all people, but we talk about different things with different people who understand some things. And they were just wishing us well wishes, and so when you think about whatever you're doing today, we start to get antsy after Halloween because Mariah Carey comes on and sings "All I Want for Christmas Is You," and people start talking about the holidays and getting anxious because it's like, oh, I don't have anyone to spend Thanksgiving with, or I don't have anyone to do Christmas with, and then it's New Year's, and then it's like Valentine's Day, and for single people, like all those holidays kind of like creep up on you and make you kind of sometimes question your sanity.
Yeah, or sad, and it's just like very lonely, when you're single during the holidays. That's why it's good to have friends.
Yeah. So I say start now and plan stuff for yourself, right? So, see what's going on in your city, maybe join some meetup groups, make a list of movies you want to see, right? There's actually a lot of good movies out right now. Take yourself to the theater. I mean, we've been cooped up for COVID and we can just download and stream everything, but it's actually really cool to sit in a theater. And sometimes, you can stay in there and get a second feature for only buying one ticket. That can happen. Another cool thing is sometimes we see ads or Instagram ads about a new show that's coming out, and we're like, oh, I really wanted to watch that, but then you forget what it was, right? So it's like, oh, I knew there was something I wanted to look at, and you don't remember till somebody says something cool about it. So I tell people this: make a calendar, make a watch calendar. If you find something that comes out on a certain date, you want to watch it, put it in your phone like an alert. Seriously, because we do that for doctor's appointments. We do that for bills, right? Why do we do only alerts and calendar things for people or things that are job or health related? Schedule yourself some fun, Also, if you think about calling your friends, sometimes people are so busy and we're so easy to text people. What people also fail to realize is that you can schedule time with your friends. I have some friends that we talk Mondays at 4 p.m. or Thursday nights we have a wine hour, but we schedule that. So it's we know it's coming up on our phone, and we make time for what's important for us.
That's very, very smart that you do that. And now I'm gonna have to tell you, Louisa, I'm gonna need to schedule some time. Be like, okay, we're gonna schedule time for our reaction videos.
Yeah, we have to do that, right?
Maybe try to figure out how to do it virtually, just because everyone is so busy. Life is crazy.
So here's a little tip. I'll give you a Thursday tip. You know, take a look at your fingernails and your toenails and ask yourself, if I met my future partner, or I got asked to go on a cruise, or I just wanted to walk around barefoot in somebody's nice house, right? Like, would I be ready, right? Or if you met someone who you really wanted to hold their hand, or if someone grabbed for your hand and it was their last breath, are you ready to do that? Now, I used to like have busted up looking nails because I was always working with my hands, and I thought that like because I was a worker, like I could never have nice things. But I have taken the time to learn how to like manicure my own nails. They're not press on, they're not salon polish. They're like, it takes about an hour to do this with no UV lamp with regular nail polish, because you really have to let each coat dry for like 5 to 6 minutes, and it takes about 5 coats to get it good and solid. But you can do it yourself. And sometimes we get so busy in our day-to-day that we'll spend an hour folding laundry, we'll spend an hour making dinner, we'll spend an hour walking the dog, but we won't spend an hour taking care of ourselves.
Question. So then how long does your manicure last for? Because you're always working with hands.
This manicure, like these now, if I put enough coats on, they'll last like almost 10 days without a second coat. Like now, these are about 10 days. I've been doing a lot of work with the drill and fixing a bathtub, so like they've gotten some real heavy wear and a lot of water use, so like they're ready to be painted again. But now it's not like I have to go to the salon and soak it off. You know, I'll just, you know, get my nail polish remover pads, you know, wash them off, then I'll probably take a shower, and then tonight, when I sit down to like read a book or like go through some mail, put a coat on, wait, dry, and then by tomorrow, by Friday, I'll have nails that will last me another week.
Oh, wow, we should have showed the internet how you do that. That's what I need. My nails look so bad right now. I'm like, oh.
Last time I did my nails, I did them on the train actually.
Oh,
It was kind of fun because like I got a 3-hour train ride, but I'm sure the people next to me was like, is this girl ever gonna stop? Like another coat? I'm done smelling that already.
Any tips for what, like, I don't know if I showed you this. I got bit by a dog and the nail cracked at the tip, and I've been trying to save it, and it's just like cracked right there in the middle.
Okay.
I don't know what to do.
We should super glue that.
I did. I super glued it, and then like a week later, it just starts ripping more. The last thing I did was I put tea bag I read and a clear coat over the tea pad, and
the good news is her finger's not red or inflamed, which means she's kept it dry enough and clean enough that she doesn't have any trace of visible infection, you know. But with nails, what's interesting is, you know, at a certain point it's gonna fall off. But what you want to do is, the reason I say super glue is that you want to keep it dry in there, and the super glue will create like an impermeable coat to keep moisture and like bacteria and stuff out of there, but keeping it covered. But I would say my advice is you want to lose the Band-Aid and you want to switch to like a tape.
Oh, that's a smart idea.
Because it'll give it more support and more durability. So like electrical tape would be great. You could like really get it around there nice.
Yeah, very,
Or
very
duct tape,
cool.
my favorite.
Oh boy, yeah. We'll see about this nail. I don't know. It's been about 6 months now. It's just like growing so slowly, and I'm like, when is it gonna grow back?
It may hurt a little bit if there's still open skin in there, but you might want to get the polish off, because what's happening is it's not breathing, so it's getting less.
Gotcha.
And then also you want to like add some collagen to your diet to help with your nails.
Yeah, that's true. I gotta take my supplements.
And you could probably soak it in a little cup of collagen at night to give it
that's
like
smart.
even like chicken broth.
Where do you get collagen? You just chicken broth?
Well, chicken broth is high in collagen, but you can get homegrown, lab-grown collagen. Like Unjury is like powder packets of collagen.
Oh. And just soak it. That's smart.
Yeah.
Very, very smart, Louisa. Guys, any questions for Louisa? We have some food that we ordered coming soon.
Goodness, I'm hungry.
Yeah, very hungry. And yeah, it's been so much fun staying at our house. It's like, honestly, like a hotel. It's so big and large, and just everything is perfect. Like, where's all your stuff?
Some of my stuff is in the basement, like a few things, like some nice dresses that are hung in a freestanding plastic closet, and some of my important files and papers, my record collection. I don't want the Airbnb guests messing with that. And then in the garage, I have like a few totes by season, like a summer tote, a winter tote, and a tote of coats and stuff like that. So when I just went to get dressed, Lauren's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm in the garage to get dressed because my stuff's in the garage. And then the rest of my stuff was at my fiance's house in Tampa.
Hey, Alan, yes, let's totally get coffee. I have your bathing suit in my garage. So yes, let's totally get coffee when I come back. Chris, thank you so much for the stars. I need to hire Louisa to come to my house and just make it as pretty as hers. I don't know, it probably will take years.
Well, we'll probably get one of those like container pods, like storage, so like she can just move everything out. This is something if you have the resources to do it. If you lived in the same place for, I'll say like 5 years. Once at my old house, I had been there for like 9 years, and I'm like, God, I just have so much stuff in here. And I was gonna try to sell it, so I'm like, let me just do this. I'm gonna move everything out so I can stage it and get it ready to sell. But then my house didn't sell, and so I had to move back in it. But it was an exercise that really was helpful to like rid my life of the clutter that I don't need, right? Because if you have to pay to store stuff, you're like, do I really need it? You know? And then you also can do the little mental exercise, which is like, if I won the lottery today and I was never going to come back to this place, what would I want? What would I need? What would I keep? Or if I left the Earth today and went to live on Mars on the space station, I was never coming back here, like, what would I want people to have to deal with, right? At the end of the day, like, there's a book called The Traveler's Gift, and in this book, it really talks about, like, the lighter your load, the easier it is to move through life. And so it is true, like, the less stuff you have. I used to have a lot of plants in all my other houses except for this house. And even when I first moved in here, I had 50 plants.
Oh my goodness.
I had like beautiful palm trees, like live plants. And then I realized that, holy Jesus, I gotta just keep these things alive. And then my dad passed away, and I had all these beautiful plants from the funeral. I kept those plants alive for like 14 years. I was so proud of myself. But then after a while, the ones that could stay, indoor, outdoor, I planted them outside. They go through the winter, they do just fine. And the others I gave away. And then I had one plant that finally, after 17 years, it finally died. But I was proud that I kept the plant alive for 17 years.
Wow, yeah, that's amazing.
You know, I think it actually just died of old age. I don't even think I killed it. I just think it had lived enough. You know, possibly. Now I have a couple fake plants. I have like a couple greenery things, and I might do like a accent grass wall or something. I've been thinking about like what I could do to just bring a little bit more greenery in here.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, my problem is that like I'll take care of the plants and then I leave and then the people just don't water them. That's the problem. It's, you know, my friend Carlos lives in my house, but he just,
So you know the trick, you take a 2-liter bottle of soda and you fill it up with water and you poke holes in the top and then you take the lid off and turn it around in the soil.
Oh.
And the water will only go at certain levels.
Okay, what if they're really, see, I have a bunch of like little small ones.
But then you have to find like tiny little bottles and you turn it upside down. It's like the water, it's like the cat water dish, you know, like you turn it over, or the pet water dishes that, you know, like it has a certain level.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just flood the dish.
Oh, I didn't know that. I gotta send you pictures and get advice on what to do because you have the answer to all the problems.
You can also take a bottle of water, like a bottle of water like this, and sit it next to your plant. So if like this is your plant and this is your bottle of water, and then you cut a strip of like cloth from, you know, like a towel or something, and you just run it so it's like a wick, like that'll go the whole way through here, and then you bury it in the soil, and as the plant needs water, it can draw the water through the cotton cloth.
That is genius. That is so smart.
Plants are smart, like they know how to do stuff. You can actually even do it with a tube of water, because then if you curve the tube, the balance will only allow a certain amount of water to pull through.
Oh, I gotta do that.
It's almost like an IV for a root. It's true. Like once you understand biology, like that's why I have the 138 IQ. Like you just have to figure stuff out.
That's pretty amazing. Now I have to try that with all my plants. Shout out to Chris. Thank you for the 100 more stars. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. We are just sitting here right now in Luisa's beautiful living room. Do you know how to play this beautiful piano that is in front of us?
Oh yeah, I can play the piano, the guitar, harmonica. So I was gonna read something from like, I'm wearing my Tupac shirt today. I gotta see if I can find this quote.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Hanging out with my friend Louisa Eiler. You can follow her at Louisa Eiler everywhere, right? We are just hanging out. Any questions? She is a therapist, so any questions you have about life, about whatever, feel free to ask. She's looking for a quote to share with us right now.
So I'm wearing my Tupac Shakur shirt from Poetic Justice. And on the set of Poetic Justice, Maya saw Tupac kind of like upset about something. And he was kind of like, maybe a little, being perceived as a little bit angry. But so she says to him, and this was in 1993, she said, I didn't know who he was. He was, sitting in a row with another young man. So I said to him, so this is Maya speaking to Tupac, may I speak to you? And he was cursing. And so what she said to him was, when was the last time anyone told you how important you are? And then she goes on to say, did you know that people stood on auction blocks and were bought and sold so that you could be alive today? And, she talked to him about the importance of, you can be tough, but it's also important to be loving. And that, she wanted people to know, especially young people, that you have to work really hard. And I think that, when I put on this shirt, like I always think of, not because I want to be cool and wear a Tupac shirt, because I think of that conversation that this much older, wiser woman had with a young black man. And she shared with him that just the importance of being able to work, and the importance of wanting to work hard, and the importance of understanding like why you're working, because people fought so that you could be free and live in this world and work. It's just a reminder that like, even us talking to you right now, and you, instead of like sitting in the corner picking your nose or doing something else, you're like, oh, you know what, like I'm gonna go on this, I'm gonna see what these girls are up to, I'm gonna see what they're talking about, because they might say something poignant or powerful that'll cause me to have a new way of thinking. And we're all cells, and so even though this is just a live stream, you're gonna be different when you leave this live stream, because new information is being sent through your cerebral processor.
Yes, no, I totally agree, and I'm glad that we have so many people here. We have a question for you, Louisa. Somebody up there asked and said, how do you deal with an angry ex-wife? Kind of similar to the Maya Angelou.
Well, that's, in a way, that's good news for you. I like to hear that, because you're saying, how do you deal with an angry ex-wife? So that's good that you already moved the anger out of your home. Now, the thing would be, there's lots of ways you can deal with this. Sometimes people who are angry, they're people who respond to tonality. And by that I mean, somebody can come at you, they can already be angry, but then if you're tired or hungry or sleepy, you kind of respond to them with that, well, I don't know, why are you so angry? Like you start to question them, or you respond with a little bit of, angst in your emotion. And, you fight fire with fire. So meaning if they're a little angry and then you're a little sleepy, you're gonna exacerbate their anger, right? And so you can also, number one, validate their anger. So the most important thing that anybody wants to be is seen, heard, and understood. So if someone's angry, they want you to know that they're angry. They want you to see that they're angry. They want you to hear that they're angry, and they want you to understand that they're angry. So the first thing is to realize that that anger may or may not be about you. Most of the time, it's that they're already angry and you happen to be there, or that they're already angry, and maybe they're mad at you, but that's their anger. Even if they're mad at you, it's not your problem that they're angry, because somebody always has the right to decide whether or not they're angry. I don't think you could get me angry. Sometimes I get heated, and sometimes I get frustrated, and sometimes people call me Karen, because I say I'm gonna go Karen on them, which really means I'm gonna provide them with so much information that they're gonna have zero choice but to do what I want them to do. And so I think, to answer your question, how do you deal with it? You always get information, you give space, and if you see somebody's angry, you can say, hey, like, I see you're angry, I hear that you're angry, and I understand you're angry, right? It's a little tricky. You say those things, and they're like, yeah, I am angry. I receive it. You have every right to be. I wish there's something I could do, but it's your anger. So I can adjust me, and, if it will make you less angry if I sit over here versus here, or if it'll make you less angry if I go back and come in the door a different way, like, I'm happy to do that. I tell people, a game I like to play is if I enter a room and I feel uncomfortable, somebody's angry, and I know them well, maybe like you would know your ex-wife well, or I would hope you would, you can say, you know what, I'm gonna rewind this. You know, imagine yourself pushing rewind on the phone or on the YouTube video, and you say, you know, I'm gonna rewind, I'm gonna take 2. Hey, it's me, remember? I'm your ex-husband. You don't have to be angry anymore because we're no longer married. You know, like, I know I made you angry for 20 years or 20 months, whatever it was. You know what? You know, it's okay that you're angry, and I'm okay with it. And is there anything I can do to assist with it? Just that relaxed tone instead of just like being mad that they're angry, because then they win. If you're mad that they're angry, now you're both angry.
Yes. No, I feel like energy is so weird when people are upset or angry, you know, it kind of can rub off on you. There was a thing I was listening to on like NPR or something where it's like, it's more dangerous to be with one person because then their energy can rub off on you. But if you're with a group of people, you're more likely to have a positive outlook on things.
Oh yeah, so in life, if you know anything about the coordinate plane, like the X and Y axis, like if the x-axis is space and the y-axis is time, and we're all in this universe just having random moments of where our spaces and time collide. Think about this. In the first quadrant, you know, it's negative x and negative y. Over here, it's positive y but negative x. Over here, it's negative y and positive x. And only in one of the coordinate plane quadrants is it truly positive x and positive y. So what this tells us is, in the space-time continuum, for every 3 bad things are going to happen for 1 good thing. If our life is like equitable distribution of all the time where space and time collide, there's only a 1 in 4 chance something good's going to happen to you. You just need to know those odds that you're going to encounter negative stuff. It's going to happen. It's absolute certainty with 100% probability. The ratio of good to bad in this world is 3 bad to 1 good.
That's horrible.
I know.
That's
If I told people,
ratio. How do we
people
change
learn
that?
that, it's scary. So the real way is to imagine yourself back in like geometry class when you're looking at the coordinate plane, and it's like imagine yourself living in positivity, meaning like you always want to try to go positive x and positive y. But if you can't climb stairs, you know, in that, if you can't climb that trajectory of like the imaginary staircase of life in that capacity, you can know that, you know what, today I can only move a little bit forward and I have to go down a little bit, but I'm aware that there's still always in positivity and negativity, a positive and a negative side to everything. So it's really just about your perspective.
Awesome. That is so cool. I'm gonna just check outside real quick for the food we ordered.
Ooh,
we have
yummy.
about 5 more minutes, I guess, if you wanna.
Oh, any other questions? Congrats. Like, oh, thank you. Thank you for the congratulations on the wedding. Yeah, like we were together for 2 years. He proposed to me 2 years to the day that we met. I wasn't expecting it because I had already decided that whether or not we got married, my life was better with him in it, and we had a great friendship. And at the end of the day, like the marriage wasn't necessarily the most important part. The most important part is the relationship, because if you can have a great relationship and a crappy marriage, or you can have a great relationship that's so great, marriage is just kind of like the sprinkle on an already really good cupcake. But what it will do is it will establish us more credibility when, like, you know, because I'll be at like business events and people will be like, oh, like you're just a girlfriend, or oh, like you're the fiance, like what, cold feet. So I think it will allow people to respect us in like different ways. And it's a funny story because for years I was a professor and I taught marriage and the family. I used to wear a fake ring so that the students wouldn't think. And sometimes I'd get clients that came into my therapy practice and they're like, you're not married. Like, why should I take advice from you? You know? You know, it's just, if you have the training to do something, you can do something.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I always ask Louisa for relationship advice. She's the best. She's my number 1 go-to. I feel bad sometimes calling her, annoying her.
So yeah.
But I feel like too, like you have a good, you're, I guess you said to me once you were telling me about one of your other friends, and you were saying like sometimes you have to like go through things on your own to see and feel them. Do you feel that way about like marriages and stuff? Like sometimes people just have to like go through it, or the fighting, if they're fighting or whatever.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons that people fight is that they have difficulty communicating what their own needs are, because a lot of times people really don't even know what their needs are. They only know like what people told them they need, or they know what they learned when they live with their parents or with their siblings or with their college roommates. And so sometimes people have anticipated our needs so much so that I never knew that I needed to ask someone to do this for me, because in my normal life, people always just did it for me. Like my sisters did stuff, my mom did stuff. I didn't know that I had to like ask someone in my intimate world you know, like, I really don't like it when you do that. It bothers me. So, you know, but instead of getting mad and shaming someone for doing something, I had to ask questions like, hey, why do you do this? Like, other people who have lived with me always did this. They just might not have known, you know, and I think that people have to get to that level where they're just open enough to say like, hey, like, I think I need this, you know, but when you're open to have new experiences and you realize that every day has to stand alone. So imagine yourself like at a chalkboard, sort of like erasing the chalkboard, right? So like every day, try to make sure that you're awakened with such a clean slate. Literally imagine yourself cleaning that chalkboard, that whatever you choose to write on this day is only for this day. You know, if you spend today worrying about your yesterdays, you're ruining today. And if you spend today with troubles of tomorrow that aren't even here yet, you're missing today. So it's like, do not yet let yesterday's sorrows at all interfere with today, because today's perfect. Nothing bad happened today. If you're thinking about something that was yesterday, I said it again last night, that's like the memory of yesterday. It's not today. You know?
Yeah, no, that's what I need to stop doing. That's the hard part. Yeah, I gotta be more positive. But anyway, guys, if you want to hire Louisa, can people hire you as a therapist?
You can go to my louisaeiler.com website and just fill out the contact form, and I'll get back to you. I'm probably, after I get married, for years I've had louisalove.com. I've had the site for like 20 years.
Louisa Love?
I never launched it. I have a trademarked logo. I have a brand ready to go. So I'll probably launch Louisa Love.
I love that.
You know, I'm going to be talking about all things love.
Oh, yes, guys. Contact Louisa, get advice from her, follow her. Thank you for supporting right now. Hopefully the food comes soon, but I gotta head to Baltimore. But you know, I'm gonna help plan to see Louisa again. So any questions that you guys want to ask, please leave comments below, or feel free to follow her.
Yes, and send Lauren some messages about what you want us to talk about on YouTube. Send us some videos that you want reactions to, and we'll more than just react to them. Like, we'll study them, and we'll like bring you back some like valuable feedback. And you know, I think if you have burning questions and desires, check with YouTube and then ask us to give you a second opinion.
All right, guys, I love you.
Thanks. Take care.
Bye. Bye.